Hi everyone, it's Cherry Enchantress. I'm here with another pick a card and another part of our series of the Divine Love Journey. This one is going to be about who will you marry. So are you going to marry your counterpart? Let's have a look. We have 6 piles again, and each pile will have your counterpart that you met in the first reading. Or you might discover it's somebody else that you didn't know. So let's see if you're going to marry your counterpart. So for some of you, it's a 5D situation, and possibly it'll come down into the 3D where you can spend your life together and actually grow together in a kind of regular relationship. Otherwise, it could be a just eternal sort of spiritual connection that you have. Or, this might be kind of a guide to whether you might meet or not and how soon you'll meet. We'll do more about that later, but let's see if you will marry your counterpart. We have the piles are by picture, so this one is music, faith, wish, pagan prince, fairy queen, and fairy king. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's push out your breath. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Release your breath. Open your eyes and let them go to the pile that you feel called to. Let's begin. Alright, first we have the little, I think he's kind of he's a mythical forest creature. He's kind of a pan, and he's using his pan flute. So this was part of my, and it still is, it's part of my fairy forecast cards, but they're being revised, so I haven't been using them. And they're not for sale yet until the revision happens. But anyway, so there you go, there's music. So let's see if you're going to marry your counterpart. You have spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond a lifetime, or this lifetime. So you have known each other many lifetimes, and it feels very good. It feels very close. It feels like you belong together. Ooh, you got honeymoon. So what happens before honeymoon is usually marriage. This may or may not indicate that you're going to get married, but you're definitely going to travel together and may enjoy some holiday time together someday in the near future or the far future. You have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So that with the honeymoon, I feel like maybe you will be the couple that ends up getting married and going on your honeymoon and, riding off in the sunset kind of thing. But it's dependent on how well you get to know each other, both spiritually, and you'll have to have this transition in a way that you can communicate on the 3D level. And you have the High Priestess. So yeah, definitely this, talks about the connection that you have again, this psychic connection. You'll use your intuition a lot in this situation, in this relationship you have, and go with that. You can always rely on your psychic connection, and don't let doubt creep in. Go with your purest thoughts, because they will guide you in the right direction. You have the Star. So the Star has come out before. The Star, to me, is kind of like a healer type, but it can also represent hope and dreams coming true. And this is that's funny, this is my old star before I changed the pomegranate into a cup. But Yeah, so my revised deck, you'll see a cup instead, which to me represents more of the star energy, because she's all about water, liquids, cleansing. But the pomegranate's interesting that that's here, because the pomegranate is the high priestess's fruit. And so it's kind of like your combination of both. Or maybe the high priestess let the star use the fruit. Or you're one and the same. You know, you're like, this is kind of like the mix of the high priestess plus the star. And actually the four swords and the star kind of like together make the high priestess in a way. The four swords is about rest. So right now there's a rest period, but also it's about connecting in your dreams too. I think a lot of meditation, a lot of psychic energy here, and not a lot of 3D, but this could move into a 3D situation where you guys do end up being together in a more practical way. But so far in this part, I see mostly the energy of spirits and spiritual connection. Here we have the birds, and the birds talk about a communication coming up. So getting to know each other and some communication coming up is a good sign that that you'll be at least communicating, and that's the beginning. That's the beginning road to getting to the marriage. You know, bringing it from the spiritual connection to the into a more earthly connection where you can sit down and talk and see each other face to face and that kind of thing, feel each other, smell each other, and all of those things. So I'm thinking, because we started off with music and musician, I'm going to go with the entertainer on this pile. Even though this person may not be a huge extrovert, maybe they don't even want to entertain anybody but themselves, you know. But, with this card, I feel like there is a bit of kind of a social quality to this person. Not saying that necessarily things are going to get social with the way things are right now, but I'm saying that they like people around them. They like, the atmosphere of groups and things like that. They like being out and about and intermingling with people. And so I feel like that might be part of the key where you bring this relationship into the 3D. It could be just your families, hanging out together, that kind of thing. But this situation is going to grow. It's going to go from spiritual to material, and it may go to marriage. It might not be the traditional sense of marriage. It could be simply, just being a partner, having a partnership, and traveling together kind of thing. Okay, let's see what your charms have to say. Ooh, all right. Ooh, Motorhead. Doesn't the Motorhead come out for not for the entertainer? I don't know, but isn't this? Oh no, this is Judas Priest. Judas Priest. Interesting. So take it as you see it. Judas Priest could be about the style of music. It could be the way the person entertains. It could be about the words Judas and Priest. Could be somebody's name. All right, we've got Mickey Mouse and Disney. Some kind of related situation with that, maybe. We've got the sun, so that sun, when the sun comes out, that could be marriage right there. Sun's union and connection and that kind of thing. And they also have St. Christopher, the patron saint of travelers. So, like I said, you probably will be the type that travel together, and you will be blessed in your traveling endeavors. Got the number 25. Somebody might have to cut something out first, though. You have the letter T, Italy, China, Kiss, Optimistic, Sagittarius. You got the arrow, which sometimes points to direction. Sometimes the arrow can talk about protection. You've got, ooh, like parasailing. It's just kind of like going with the flow. This one is flowing too. I see, so there's a lot of um, water travel here. So somebody could be traveling a great distance, You have that water travel here too. This could mean you guys will get together, but there will have to be a great move, a big change in scenery, a big change in residence. Oh, you've got the beast flowers. So before the last petal drops, things will work out. And the snowman of joy. So that could talk about the season that you will marry in, possibly. I got married in December, and I'm divorced, but that's when I got married. Let's see, we got Saint Cecilia. And the blue marble I use to represent the planet. All my marbles, I kind of see them as planets. And so the blue marble is the planet of Venus, which is love. So very nice, a very loving situation here. The possibility for travel. The travel may or may not lead to marriage, but definitely you will have some kind of union where you'll be together. I see either changing a residence and moving across seas, or traveling the seas together. Sweet dreams are made of these. Traveling the seas together. Okay? Alright, well, I'm going to move on to the next. Next, we have Faith, who is this is part of an oracle deck some of you might know that I made called Fairy Forecast, and it's being revised, and so that's why it's not for sale, but occasionally I use my old version of it. Let's see if you're going to marry your counterpart. First, we have physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. So this situation, if it's not in the physical, will go in the physical. You might even get a proposal, so it may not be go all the way to marriage, but you might get proposed to. He's down on one knee, so that's nice. He's kissing your hand. You're feeling his touch, or you're feeling her touch. We have flirt, extend your light-hearted energy to others. So this could be, something that stays in a flirtatious mode for quite a while before it ever gets serious. Yeah, because you got playfulness too. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. I just feel like you two have a very beautiful connection and it's very carefree and joyful and fun and flirty, and it's hard. I think you're both having a hard time telling if it's serious, if it's gonna get more serious, what's gonna happen here. But you have the Four of Wands. So this is another scene of kind of fun and dance and maybe even flirting and music and joy. But it is the Four of Wands, which is the twin flame symbol and card. So this is definitely a twin flame situation. It's just how are you guys going to get together, and will you will you get married? This is talking about a celebration, so that's a very good hint there. This could be the reception. First part we had the honeymoon, the after everything was over, and this one is the reception. So you could, honestly, your life could be very much in reception mode for most of your life. This kind of celebration mode, but maybe not actually putting down roots and having a family kind of thing in the traditional marriage sense, but you might have an untraditional marriage. Let's see what else. Okay, we have Seven of Cups. So maybe it will be untraditional. Maybe you'll be loose, and because there's a lot of choices out there. One of the other of you or both of you will be thinking, "Oh, there's so many choices." Maybe it'll be the masculine because of all the females here, but there is this sense where the masculine might have trouble committing. They see themselves as single. They see themselves as free, and so it may not turn into a traditional kind of marriage. We also have the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is about burdens and carrying things and heavy load. But I see this one in my deck kind of more like maybe carrying across the threshold or something, or maybe almost a playful thing, like the divine masculine here likes to pick up the feminine a lot and carry her around. Just, maybe it's part of their playful nature. That's just a good sign, though. So this means that this connection might be very 3D, very, very connected in a physical sense, because we have the touch here and lots of closeness in these cards. And then we also have the Chariot, which is like whisking you away, taking you off somewhere. Also, Chariot is the sign of Cancer, so that might resonate with some of you. But the Chariot plus the wands, with the way the masculine sort of grabbing or carrying the feminine, just kind of gives me an idea of like there's a lot of like, I don't know, I just see guys swinging each other around, playing with each other physically, not maybe sexually. Maybe it is an indication of a sexual connection, but I see definitely a lot of physicality between you two. And then finally, the Lenormand says the key. So you have the key to each other's hearts. There's also this chance where you have to open up to find more secrets, because I feel like there's a layer of playfulness that might be hidden, and something more serious needs to be opened up. Playfulness is great, right? But anything to the extreme can kind of get in the way of resolving something. So also be careful of being locked up. You don't want to be locked up. What you need is to unlock and open up the situation and see more of it. And, see what it tells. The key is also opens up the heart. It's a good sign for opening up the heart. It's also the sign of soulmates and twin flames too. This connectivity and this key to each other. Okay, so let's see what your charms have to say. Oh, before we go to the charms, I feel like this pile is the public servant. Just because I was getting a public servant vibe from the characters here. Very earthly, touchy, people-oriented kind of thing going on here. Let's see what your charms have to say. I'm following. Oh, maybe it's a public servant who dances. Ballerina shoes. We've got MTV. This could be your generation, the MTV generation. This could mean that you'll have a lot of hanging out, watching music and television together. Somebody likes their coffee. Why? Sometimes this makes me think of crossroads, directions you might want to go in. And maybe if they're having problem committing, they could be looking at their choices, and again, choices, like the Seven of Cups choices. You've got rainbows, though. That's really good. A lot of good health here. Your playful nature is good for your health, and it makes you, makes you very balanced, so it's good. You've got the little sea turtle. I think this is definitely going to be a timing issue too. So you may or may not get together depending on cycles of, the moon, or astrological cycles, or things that come in alignment, that sort of thing. Lots of things can get in the way, and we know that because of the strange current events that happened this year. So, and here we have the timing again. This has a lot to do with timing. And yeah, so some of it is choices and some of it is timing. We've got the number 7. We have all it takes is faith, trust, and pixie dust, which is my motto. And you have the fairy here and the star, the pixie dust. And what really that means is, I think you all kind of know what faith is just believing something. Trust is kind of like letting go, It's like letting go of the how, let the universe take care of it. And Pixie does is like a little bit of magic in manifesting. You can't just rely completely on outside forces. You do have to put in the work. You have to help manifest it into being, you know? We've got Saint Anthony, the patron saint of lost loves and lost things. So he'll help you. And number 21, the snowflake means this is one of a kind, no two snowflakes alike, very unique and special. You could also be having a winter wedding, possibly with reindeer here. And look, you got the twin flame angels. Nice. They're my favorites because they're really 3D. You can see all of their bodies, their little bums. And they're like whispering to each other. So they're kind of being fun, and they have really, really great communication. I feel like this is a very playful, happy couple that has great communication. And yeah, only time will tell if it turns into a traditional kind of marriage, but you definitely have a lot of playful energy, connectivity, a desire. You still both have maybe a desire of freedom. Enjoy your freedom right now, but it may develop into something else. All right, so I hope you like that. I'm gonna move on to the next now. Okay, and next we have the Pagan Prince Pile 3. And this is just a image that I created that I may or may not use in my upcoming revision of the fairy forecast cards, which is what I've been using as markers for this. And yeah, they're not on sale right now because I'm revising them. But anyway, the Pagan Prince. Let's see if you're going to marry your counterpart. So here we have romance. Lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. That's nice. Looks like a really close, loving situation. She's kind of mermaid here. Ooh, retreat. So this is a bride and a groom. Anyway, the meaning of it is time to disconnect from the world. There's two meanings. The one is disconnect together and disconnect by yourself. So that's kind of up to you what you take from this. This could mean that you end up not being together and just being by yourself, or this could mean that you will be together and you will get married and disconnect from the world as kind of in a honeymoon sense. The retreat can also mean you might elope, or you might you might have an untraditional kind of marriage where you're together but yet you're like married, maybe common law married, that kind of thing. And this is also similar to the first one where you could be traveling together and not actually be married together. You have a reconciliation. So this could be somebody from your past returning to your life. So this might be somebody that you actually know that's coming back. Not necessarily, it could be an ex, but it doesn't have to be an ex. Like a lot of people don't realize that sometimes we meet people, we never think that we're going to see them again. We had a nice connection with them, but we never got into a relationship with them, right? Like maybe some friend from high school or something, you thought they were cool, and then for some fluke reason you see them again, and you start a relationship. So sometimes that's what this means, It doesn't necessarily going back to that ex that treated you bad or anything, because I don't recommend that at all, But sometimes you do have to go back to that ex that you have unfinished business with, right, to complete a cycle so you can move forward. Also, I think, but more importantly, this card to me represents a reconciliation of souls, because they're in the heavens, and it's like a match made in heaven kind of thing. And so I feel like maybe it's past life situation, like you're reconciling from another lifetime. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. So Eight of Pentacles is about work and producing something and creating, and feeling good very financially. This is the pianist, so this could be a musician in your life, or somebody who creates things, somebody who puts a lot of focus on work, and so maybe they might not focus so much on love and relationships as much. We had kind of that, I think it was the entrepreneur that was busy focusing on work but not so much relationship. But I think this indicates that they will take that chance. But maybe at this moment that's not what they're doing. Maybe they're really busy with work. Then we have the magician, and the magician just, to me, talks a lot about personality, not fiery, electric, charged, exciting. We have kind of like this lightning here, but this is about creation. This is a skilled person who can manifest things into their world, and so possibly there'll become a time where this person, your counterpart, or you, but I think mostly about your counterpart, may pick his head up from his um his work and realize, he wants to create something with you. He wants to create more. He wants to bring something into his world and manifest something. Maybe he had dreams of this, like, because the magician is sort of pointing that way. Oh, look. And so you've got the Ten of Pentacles. That is definitely a clue that you will marry your counterpart, because this is about family. If you don't traditionally marry them, then you're going to have the traditional family. You're going to have, and you're playing music together. You have the traditional sense of connectivity. You'll possibly have a child together, and yeah. So I feel like maybe you will get married. This is about the Seven of Wands is about the masculine defending the castle, protecting his home, and the feminine, being supportive of that. So I think there's a sense, real desire here for this to be a traditional kind of relationship. And you have the child. So the child means that you probably will have children. So if you have children, then you most likely will get married. But maybe not, maybe you'll go away a while, just being connected and have a child together, but not yet get married. And then maybe eventually you'll make it official. Those are some possibilities, but the child definitely connects you in a traditional sense. And whether or not you're married in the church or, justice of the peace, you definitely going to have, I think, a common law marriage. You're going to be together in a home kind of thing with your child. And so I think that this is the entrepreneur. So we'll go with that, and let's see what your charms have to say. Whoops, something fell down. Hold on, let's see. The number 1 fell on the floor. Well, a lot came out. So we've got 7. We've got New Bohemian. So maybe, maybe untraditional kind of marriage. Maybe, but it's a new beginning, a new start. Maybe a free-flowing, freestyle kind of situation. But look, you're going to have the home together. And there's wine and celebrating and travel here with the St. Christopher, patron saint of travelers. And you've got the mermaid, so you're beautiful and deep. Oh, look, there might be an artist here and a painter. So a lot of creativity here with the entrepreneur. You've got Olaf, the snowman. And, ooh, 2 safety pins. Very safe situation. He really wants to protect you. Yeah, very wanting a very safe situation. Let's see what letters you have. We've got, what is this letter? L and J, another J, baby carriage, so babies. So this is very sure. Dream, hope, You've got you're protected again, more protection. Intuitive Pisces, the deep communication of the whale, which that's kind of like a psychic communication. It's a special way of communicating that only you two know. You got Italy, shore, faith, hope. Faith, hope. There's some people's names there. And then you've got the whisk. You've got the bird of communication or twittering. Like, I feel like, something soon is going to come. If you haven't been talking to each other very much, you're definitely going to start chatting again. You've got the glasses. It kind of sense that, maybe they need their glasses to look at detail work. Maybe they wear glasses. You've got the pumpkin. The pumpkin makes me think of Cinderella's pumpkin turning into a carriage. And so, starting small but turning into making those dreams come true. You've got the beautiful diamond. The diamond could be about a person, but it could also be about money coming in too. You've got wishes coming true, and this dream connection, this kind of subconscious connection, otherworldly connection. And you have stars here talking about hope. And I feel like sometimes you'll see in nature like little symbols and signs that help lead you in the right direction. You've got a O also. So your letters are J, L, and O. Hey, J-Lo. And and so this could indicate your honeymoon right there, a little time away, like at a beach or some kind of relaxation under an umbrella somewhere. All right, well, so I hope you guys like that. I think I got everything. Sometimes they're hidden things. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. So, all right, I'm going to move on to the next now. Okay, and here we have pile number 4 with the wish card. This is from my fairy forecast deck, which is not available right now because it's under revision. All right, let's see if you're going to marry your counterpart. Let's take a look. So you have love makes the difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. Look at all this beautiful imagery in this picture. I don't think I've ever gotten this before. This is like a old-time phonograph. Almost like with a record player. It almost looks like a trumpet, right? And this kind of makes me think of like, past lives and connectivity. You also have kind of like the waves. You have remembrance of, past life or connectivity here in the sails. It's really beautiful. And this beautiful colors of the sky and the butterflies. Very nice. So, love makes the difference. We don't know yet. Ooh, you have passion. Definitely. So, this could be a very passionate romance. But, we don't know yet if you're going to get married. Let's see. This could be the one. Definitely a strong connection here. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So, definitely romance here for sure. And then this kind of feeling of you're my other half, you could be the one. This also looks very much like a proposal to me, kind of thing. So it's possibly you could get the proposal, but you have the passion, which makes me feel like allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. There could be the singer in this pile too, maybe. And also I just feel a good chemistry between sexual connection too as well. Here we have justice. Okay, justice is great because justice is about is Libra, it's Venus, it's marriage, it's sometimes divorce too, but this is like legal matters. So most likely you will be legally married. At least may or not be a church wedding, but it definitely will be like the justice of the peace kind of thing. So a legal bound situation. If not, there's just a great balance between the two of you. There's whatever you put out into the world, you're getting back. You could also have a very strong Libra Venus in your chart that's bringing in this love energy, this passion, this romance. If you haven't met them yet, you will meet somebody and get that kind of instant, this could be the one kind of feeling. But I think, yeah, at the very least, a civil marriage, a contract, some kind of contract even too. It doesn't necessarily have to be a wedding papers, it could be anything else that binds you two together. Then we have the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like family man out there, chivalrous, good with children, a lot of flow of energy back and forth in a monetary sense, so a good provider, somebody who's going to be very generous and kind and helpful. That's good. Oh, see, Nine of Cups. So Nine of Cups is also a little bit passionate, but definitely looks like a proposal, Yeah, in most cases, the Nine of Cups is, somebody who's just fine on their own kind of situation, just fine in their surroundings. But in my deck, I have a lot of couples, and this kind of indicates feeling good together. And yeah, you're like, this is your other half. You feel connected and loved and like you belong. And it looks like a proposal. Yep. You got the ring. All right. You guys got the ring. That's so sweet. Oh my gosh. What energy am I feeling here? I know this sounds maybe, I feel like this is very, I don't know. I feel like this might be you, your wishes coming true, because we have, this also Nine of Cups is like wishes coming true. So yeah, I think you are connected to the builder. You may or may not resonate with this, but it does, whatever you resonate with is who you will probably marry. So yeah, let's see what your charms have to say and see if it verifies that. This one was a quickie. This one was like straight up yes. Let's see. Alright, you got weights here. Anchor is good. That's solid, stable situation. You've got Anna. Yeah, Anna might be Anna didn't she get proposed to? I don't know, but yeah, she's probably gonna get married. We got the World, got good. We've got hope. What's this? Oh, dream. Dreams coming true. Hope. You're gonna make a home together. This might be happening soon because this, movement. Chug, chug, chug. You're gonna get a hug, hug, hug. And ever. It's like it's gonna be long lasting too once it all happens. There's this psychic karmic cycle. See, I have some music here. It's interesting because I feel like a lot of these different categories are overlapping now into each other. So some of them, if you don't see the one that you resonate with, go watch other piles, because I think a lot of people have more than one pile that indicates their counterpart. We got China here. We have the unicorn, which you guys know, like, you're picking up on all these symbols. The unicorn is rare and special. And the other unicorn, when it comes out, I always call it the Divine Masculine. So I'll call this one the Divine Masculine too. We've got 1, 1, and 2 make 1. We got some more music here. Star means hope. We've got Capricorn. Capricorn is good because Capricorn is stable and ambitious. And the letter K and feathers. So when you're out and about, look at the angels will give you some clues and sometimes drop a feather in your path, that kind of thing. Parasailing. I just feel like a nice, easy, happy flowing. This one too also has flowing water kind of sensation, like you're going with the flow, everything's working out, your cycle is coming back to you, and then your hopes and dreams are coming true. He's going to do the get down on one knee kind of thing, and then you're gonna make your anchor. You're gonna anchor your boat to him, you know, kind of thing. It's like you're gonna find your place where you feel good, and you're just gonna make some roots, kind of thing. So that's really sweet. I like that one. All right, I'm gonna move on to the next. All right, so next we have pile number 5 with the Faery Queen. And the Faery Queen is part of my Fairy Forecast deck, and it's not for sale right now because I'm working on the second part to it. This was my very first experiment on making decks, and I picked, I don't know, plastic and stuff, so the quality is not is what I was looking for, but yeah, I'm making the second group and adding some more of my own drawings to it. So let's see what we've got. Are you going to marry your counterpart? I like those entwining trees. This is a union of hearts. A love connection defies explanation. I like that. That's like, woo. This is kind of a divine love that, yeah, it's just extraordinary. It's just super special and light and bright and joyful. So trust in it, you know. Sometimes things seem too good to be true, and then the doubts come in, you know. You feel like, is this for real? Is he real? Is like, is this what I'm feeling? Is this all real? This situation is calling for you to have faith, okay? See, you did. You called in your soulmate, and there he is, and he's for real. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. I did it! I usually read this affirmations. But you called him in, and there he is, standing before you. Or he's coming. You know, it's coming. He's on his way, or she's on her way. So the sun, I have the sun come out in a charm, but the sun is marriage. It's union. It's happiness. It's this bright light that's surrounding this beautiful couple here, this energy. Definitely feel the similar energy like the healer in the other pile. So very bright, very sweet, very happy, very joyful. Let's see if you're going to get married. You got the 2 of Wands. So this could be a proposal. This could be a meeting. This could be talking to each other. You know, planning, making plans. He could be singing to you or reciting poetry to you. You got the Enchantress. So the Enchantress is all about she's kind of like the magician, but female form. She's the manifester, but she's also the shapeshifter. She kind of melds into the situation the best way. So I feel like there's a certain flexibility here. She's not putting a lot of expectations onto the situation. She's, hoping for the best, basically. Her manifestation is this or something better for the good of all, and that's what she's wishing for, the good of all. But yeah, definitely, hopefully. Oh, excuse me. You've got the heart here, so that's a really good sign. So heart is in the Lenormand is love, and this is definitely twin flame soulmate connection. It's a beautiful connectivity. This may or may not be a traditional kind of marriage, but it's definitely a connection. Now, it still could be on the 5D, you know, but I feel like you're going to call them in. You're calling them in if you haven't already. They're coming into the material world to be part of your life. The sun is the clue here that you will be united. Well, these two definitely, yeah, you'll be united. It's you have to have trust, you know, faith, trust, and pixie dust. So I'm feeling this group is feeling like the healer to me. All right, so let's see what your charms have to say. Okay. Oh, I got something stuck on my. I got something stuck. So this feels like, you know, the little robot. There's like robots can be kind of stiff and kind of go with the motions, but this is talking about like it's coming to life. Like I'm alive, you know, like I have heart, I have feelings. This is true. This is so true. Yeah, see C for connection, and cookie and cherry, Mr. Spock. See, that's what I'm talking about. There could be like a logical person here, or maybe you approach this situation very logically, and now you're like, whoa, well, I'm feeling my heart, deflips. This can be real. Ooh, Asia. This is the band that sings the song Only Time Will Tell. Well, the song's not called that, I don't think. But anyway, there's a lyric there. And so, I mean, that it's about kind of like finally everything falling into place and this timing, the divine timing working for you. You've got Belle, so entering this, you're kind of person that enters the situation with love always. What? You got these like the twin flame heart, the yin yang heart, and the whale inside the the egg dish. And the egg dish makes me think of twin flames too. Two yolks within the source, right? That's what twin flames are. There are two parts within this source. They're completely fine individually, but they come together. I mean, where they were born, when the twin flames were born, were out of the same source, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And you're each other's maybe opposites and yet the same, And the whale is about deep, sweet communication, like strange communication, like making real, like submarinic noises. It's almost like having a special language that nobody else has, that you two share together. And then we got celebration. That's good. And I just think this is so cool. We got the faith, trust, and pixie dust. I just said that, didn't I? Aw. Yeah, so trust, faith, and trust, and pixie dust. So, we didn't have, I had the faith lady. But faith is about, believing that it's going to happen. Trust is about letting go the how, just trusting in the universe. And pixie dust is kind of like this magic and the manifesting it and making it come to life, calling in your soulmate. Something might be happening within this week that will give you some clues, or maybe some communication coming up. Communication in the USA. The sewing machine's about creativity. The death key is like the key to transformation. We've got the bird, which is like communication again, like Twitter, emails, chatting. Got number 7. You have the mermaid, which is communication again. Deep, a beautiful person here, inside and out, and deep communication. A deep soul, And we have the ship. So there could be this could be a journey, a trip you're going on, or some kind of destination. But it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, right? You've got a car. So this kind of also same thing. It's not about the destination, it's the journey. And you've got heart. And look, you got this little charm, this little locket that that's my locket because it has my first 2 babies in it. So that might mean that you're going to have babies, maybe even 2 babies. See? Maybe twins because you have the 2 yolks in the same womb. All right, so that's kind of cool. I hope you like that, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next. I think we got it all. All right, moving on to next. And next we have the Faery King. This is part of my Fairy Forecast deck. Some of you might recognize that. It's a deck that I made, one of my very first decks I ever made that I use it, once in a while. It's just, I'm not for sale because I decided to go ahead and make a revised edition to it. And anyway, and some of the images are like borrowed images. So anyway, my Fairy King, but everybody likes Fairy King. Let's see if you're going to marry your counterpart. Ooh, true love. This love is once in a lifetime. I like that guy playing the guitar. Look at that. So a lot of your, and you got the 2 unicorns. a lot of you guys have mixed symbols within each category here, so some of them might overlap. So you might be, tempted to pick more than one, and you should, or read all of them. Maybe every single pile has a little bit of your twin flame in it, or your counterpart. I like this, like magic. This is kind of like pixie dust. This is like magic and fireworks, that kind of thing. Then you have healing family issues. So your love life begins as you forgive your parents. So, this could be a situation that will finally settle down into a marriage kind of situation once, your counterpart has finally healed. There could be a healing process here. But you looks like you might get engaged. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Now, you may or may not go all the way to the marriage, but at least it looks like you're leveling up. You might be getting engaged. All right, so the Hierophant definitely talks about marriage, traditions, rituals, getting down before the priest. And so this could be a church wedding, this could be the real deal, the full, the whole 9 yards kind of thing, where you um, get your certificates, marriage license, and then you go to go to a priest actually, or go inside a church, or go to at least the justice of the peace, I think in a very traditional setting, is what I'm seeing. And then we have judgment. So yeah, I feel like judgment suddenly made me see the family. Like, when marriage is a funny thing. It's like when you get married, marriage is about two people and just their hearts and souls and everything. But the formal ceremony of marriage is actually for the crowd of the people, the family, right? And it's not so much that they're judging you, but it's like they're witnessing. It's like they're being your witness. This is also could be the judge. There's the judge, the justice of the peace, an official that's officiating this situation, and your family surrounding you. And also there, Archangel Gabriel could be there, and there could be music and a safe feeling and protection and that kind of thing. You have the King of Pentacles, so your person might be this kind of noble, steadfast, sure, strong, solid type, earth sign possibly. Just because he has a furrowed brow doesn't mean he's angry. It just means he is traditionally more serious than silly, but he has a good heart, and he wants to provide for you. This is all about a king who wants to give you money and provide for you and give you everything that you need. And then you have the home. So you will have stability, you will have a home, you'll feel protected and cared for. And yeah, so I think that you're going to have the traditional kind of thing, and your traditional thing is going to go even beyond just justice of the peace. I think you're going to have a church wedding and everything, and I think it might be with the officer. I feel like I'm playing Clue. It's like candlestick in the library with the officer. I don't know, but anyway. So yeah, so let's see what your charms have to say. Okay. Ooh, see, anchor again. Didn't you have an anchor? I don't know. It's a nice sturdy situation here. Stable. This marble, I use this marble to signify planets, and this planet is Jupiter. So a beautiful, expansive. You probably have children, expanding. Your life will be expanding, and you'll have good luck. And this relationship is good luck. You've been through your karmic situations. Enough of that karmic stuff. Good luck is coming back to you. The Wheel of Fortune is about fortune now for you, and you have other wheels, more. It's like the world's going around, and you're going to experience lots of cycles in different ways. But your cycle it's like you're having your Jupiter return. You're going to have that luck and that love in your life finally. You have the cog, which is kind of part of a mechanism, and maybe things just weren't working before, but now with all the right pieces, things are going to start working. You have the butterfly of transformation and leaf of good health, and fortune cookie. So next time you eat a fortune cookie, read what the fortune is, because that might have something to do with your marriage. You've got the rooster, so you could be with a person of the sign of the rooster, or it could have to do with being woken up, awake, wake up call. It could have to do with the fact that this is, rooster, the cock, but it's kind of like a divine masculine symbol here, very virile and sturdy and strong. Maybe a football player, so it could be a big, bulky, football guy. Maybe during football season is when you get married. You've got the ambitious Capricorn. Yeah, he could totally be a Capricorn. He has definitely a Capricorn look on his face. You've got sure and ever and hope and the number 5 and Saint Anthony, the patron saint of lost things, lost love. In Italy, Saint Anthony is like Saint Valentine's Day. I love mom, so you might become a mother too. You've got the key. So you've got key to everything. And this could also be like keys to property, like your, beach home, your, vacation home, your main house, the other house that you rent, So to me, this just means like the key to lots of things. It could, it could just be that you have the key to open up anything. A starry night. Starry night attached to some scissors. The scissors aren't open though, so the scissors that aren't open could simply mean crafts, or it could mean cutting something, or maybe that you just did. You cut something out, and now that phase is over with. That cycle is over with. And starry night. Maybe the proposal will be on a starry night, or on the 30th. You got the letters K. That's it. That's the only letter. Okay. K, it's okay. And pineapples, juicy, sweet. Candy cane, sweet. And the steamboat or the paddle boat chugging along, moving ahead. There's movement here, which we always want kind of a movement. But I feel like there's kind of be a movement, the proposal, the stability, the dropping the anchor, and feeling good in your situation with this person. Same as the last pile, I think there's that anchor. The dropping anchor to me means stability and steadiness, and finding a place to call your own with the one that you love. Alright, so I hope you like that, you guys. Let me know in the comments section, and faith, trust, and pixie dust. Hey everyone, it's Cherry Enchantress. I am so excited to tell you that now you have the option to become a member of my channel. So you just hit that join button that's right next to the subscription button. So it's very similar to Patreon, and I really appreciate those of you who have generously been supporting my Patreon page. That allows me to continue working on art projects, and I'll keep posting there constantly, but I'm going to move those tiers over to YouTube so we can have more access and more interaction with each other. So just check out these awesome levels and perks by joining my channel and becoming a member. I'm so excited. Take a look.
Become a Sparkle of Light for just $1.99 a month and get loyalty badges and emojis. Each level has great perks like super low-cost monthly readings. Check out these cute emojis. And loyalty badges. Just press the join button next to the subscribe button. Welcome, Sparkle of Light, and remember, all you need is faith, trust, and pixie dust.